wanted to ask Ricardo. I want to get from you some unique challenges that you've come across since I know you began 17 years ago and all, so I'm sure you've come across some unique challenges along the way. And also wanted to know, what is some personal character traits that you look in a possible employee that you're going to hire?
Ooh, Ricardo, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Well, I'll just go down a list. I think finding, retaining reliable labor, managing logistics, vehicle maintenance, repair, how to recycle properly, equipment management, insurance, liability, competition, pricing, profitability, marketing, advertising, seasonal business, customer service, how to manage your cash flow, startup costs when you first start the business, dealing with difficult customers, handling hazardous material, and keeping up with technology.
Wait, what? Wait.
Some of the challenges that anybody.
I thought I heard a different question.
Well, I gave him the second one was with the character traits that he looks for hiring an employee.
Ricardo does
character traits. So I don't have. I used to have employees back in the day. I don't know how long ago. It's been 10 years. So if I do a big job, I just contract those jobs out. I'm there, and then I hire people, and I pay those people to work for me. And I just did a couple of videos where I had like 6 companies, and then I had one where I had 4 companies and 3 companies help out. And I mean, they're glad to. I mean, it's slow for a lot of people right now. It was slow for me for a long time. These last 3 weeks have been really incredible for some reason, but I'm helping out the small. I got some Canadians working for me. I have some local guys, young kids, 23, 24 years old. I just help them out, give them jobs every once in a while. I gave 2 away today because they were just too far out of my range. So I don't deal with employees. Like I think Jojo was mentioning that it is very difficult. And I think they've had difficult times with employees. They found a good guy in Julio. And of course, he's Mexican. He's a hard worker. And, whenever you're coming over to the United States, I mean, that's one of the things that you got a job and it's paying you, and they're surprised when they see, $300 in their hands, because $300 for a week's work is $300 that they make in 2 months in Mexico. So it's a lot of hard work that any immigrant will put into an American job. But of course, I don't like paying for employees, so I just contract employees. And it works for me when I do big jobs. Now, if it's a small job like a mattress or something, something small like a fridge or something like that, of course I'll do it myself.
Yeah, actually, Paul, Ricardo does something very unique. And Ricardo, actually, this is something that is very strange and very cool that you do, because I don't see anybody else do this. So maybe you could talk about it a bit more. I'm sorry, people say competition, be friends with your competition. No, not me. I'm trying to take down the competition. I'm sorry. So you're different. You literally, you're on the truck with your competition all the time. GPTX all the time. So you're always constantly subcontract, working with tons of companies in Texas. My biggest fear of doing it that way is having them steal the customer from me and then getting the customer's repeat business. So that's why I never, I've thought about that before. Here's a 20 load job. Why don't I get another junk removal company to help me? Then I'm like, what if Sarah likes him more? And then Sarah takes, likes his personality and then works. Doesn't that ever scare you that you're going to get your jobs and clients taken from you with all this
Well, that's a great question. Great question. So I think Matt's from Texas. So we both know, by the way, hey, Matt. We both know that in Texas, things run a little different than they do in California, than they do in New York. I mean, the people are totally different in Texas. So we can do a handshake for $10,000, a handshake for $5,000. I mean, Matt, you know that. That's a cultural difference when it comes to that. So when I work with other companies, my platform on YouTube and my platform on TikTok, surprisingly, TikTok's really good for me for some reason. My platform on these things really help me get out there so people trust me. So when I hire these companies and I call them up and they actually reach out to me I'll get texts. They'll send me texts. Hey, Ricardo, if you got any jobs, can you help me out? And I'll test out these people. I'll test them out first. I always look at the size of their trailer and how much they're selling their trailer. Just a fast example, the Canadians have a 14-foot trailer, and they're selling their trailer for like $675. And I told them, I'm not going to give you $675. I'll pay you $400 for a full trailer, but I'll keep on giving you jobs whenever you're slow. See, guys, business is slow right now, and people are starving for jobs. So the guys I work with are, well, actually everybody's slow in my area, but the business is a slow business right now. So I'll be able to contract those jobs over to them. And how I contract them is really easy. I had a $3,500 job last week. I think it was last week, $3,500 job. I used 3 trailers. One was a recycle trailer, and the other 2 I paid for. I paid for $400 and $400, and that took all the trash. The recycling one, I only gave the guy $200 because he took about $300 worth of recycling. So he made $500, while the other trailer made $400 and $400. So I got paid $3,500. So it's $800, $900, $1000. I spent $1,000 to make $3,500. So I profited $2,500. Now my van, my little van that I have out here in my front yard, which I use, did not put any trash inside of it. And that's why I like contracting my jobs. And plus I don't have to do any work, and I kind of do my videos and stuff while I'm there. And the kids like it. They appreciate me helping them out, but I don't see them as competition, man. I see them as helping me out, to be honest with you. And of course I work with GPTX. I work with B&G Junk Removal. I work with Southern Junk Removal, the Canadians. I work with TNT. I just had all these guys with me just recently. I worked with DTX, and we're all friends. We went to go play pickleball the other day. And we just, I will tell you this, the reason they don't steal jobs from me is because they know that the day they steal jobs from me, they're going to hear it from me. And then the second thing, it'll be the last day they work for me.
And you'll put them on YouTube. They know that they know YouTube's coming, buddy.
Yeah.
Can I jump in here?
I got to see video of you playing pickleball.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I put some on Facebook. I put them on Facebook. I was wearing my glasses. I was recording them, and they flew off me, and I was like, yeah.
Me and my girl just played pickleball for our first time last month. We hired an
It's actually pretty fun. I'm going to try to take it
up.
It's
really fun.
So I've got an interesting story here too that I'll come kind of behind you there and explain my view on competition. So I'm a pretty competitive person, and when I started my junk removal business, it was at the time Lee Godbold was like the man on YouTube, right? So he was like teaching everybody how to start their businesses.
He still is. He still is the man.
Oh, he is.
He'll be on next week.
Look, Matt and JoJo have taken the crown.
Guys.
Matt and JoJo have taken the crown on the in the YouTube game. Back then, it was all Lee Godbold when it came to junk removal. But anyway, so like we get started with him, kind of following his guidance on YouTube. I had some one-on-one calls with him and stuff. Well, this new guy came on the scene, and I'll Right Way Hauling here in Louisville. And I don't even remember exactly what happened, but somehow we got crossed up, and I ended up having my guys go put like 500 yard signs, like all in this dude's neighborhood, because we were beefing. And I was like, all right, you want beef? We'll beef. So I put like 500 yard signs in his neighborhood. He put like 500 in mine, and we were like back and forth for months. And finally I called him one day and I was like, look, man, this is dumb. What if we just work together here? And since that time, like we meet for coffee maybe once a month, and we're always collaborating and figuring out how can we provide the most value to our clients. Even though we're competitors, we come together. How can we give the most value back to the community? And today we probably referred each other $40,000, $50,000 in jobs back and forth. And it started through a beef, but I think that there's a lot more to gain when you work together. And in the digital marketing side, you guys know Lewis. Lewis and I are heavy referral partners, and Lewis is, I would say, if I had to guess, probably close to 6 figures in referrals to us, and vice versa. Wow. And so it's, as far as I'm concerned, I'm always here to refer. I mean, I'll compete. If people want to compete, we'll compete, and I can compete with the best of them. But why would we do that when everybody can make money? And that goes for junk removal. It goes for any kind of service-based business. It goes for marketing. It goes for any industry. So. I don't know what it looks like from an autopilot perspective, but I would assume that there might be some leverage there for you to look at and work with somebody.
I'm taking them all down. I'm not sharing anybody. I'm taking all the customers.
I actually have a pretty good story when it comes to the competition. My biggest competition.
Who's that?
Actually,
Raylan, can you turn on your camera?
Sadly, I don't have a camera. My bad.
Wait, who's talking right now?
Kevin Hayes talking.
Kevin Hess is
Oh,
talking.
shit. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay.
No, what I was saying was I actually went and trained the team of my biggest competition. I went to their location, spent 5 weeks with their team and trained them. And they are one of the best teams in my area right now. You've seen the Taylor Chastain. You've seen him on a lot of podcasts. He was on with Matt Fitch, and he's been on a lot of them. His team is really, really up and coming. But I actually spent 5 weeks training his team, and he's probably my biggest competition.
Let me ask you a question. Is this was this back in the 800 Got Junk days, or is this right now?
No, this is just 11 months ago.
So, and you had Survivor junk removal?
Yep.
And you went and trained up and away?
Yep. I went and trained them, and man, they have an amazing team. I actually went out there at the end of December to follow. They invited me to come sit in when their sales meetings, the end of the year sales meetings, and he offered to pay me for it, and I told him hell no, because the thing was, 2 of his teammates were the ones running the meeting, and when I went in there, 11 months ago, when I went train these guys, he had 2 guys on his team they're just a couple of goofballs, and here it was 10 months later, and these guys were actually leading the meeting, and these guys were superstars at this point and actual leaders in the organization. And so it was a really cool thing to see. I was really proud at that moment, and but seeing them grow like they have, it just kind of creates a legacy for me. So it's not just about competition. It's about adding value to other people.
So, I just want to piggyback real quick, and then we could, if you guys ever see me giving secrets and trade secrets to workies and jobber and there's a problem. So I believe in giving value to my customers, not to my competition. If you guys see me going and hanging out with workies and jobber, and then you guys have invested all this money. So that's how I look. Maybe in the local home services, cool, that's fine. Help out competition. In tech world, bro, if they figure out one thing that I'm working on secretly and they go copy and replicate it, we're screwed, right? So just from a tech perspective, I'm kind of going on a, side tangent here, but I would like to give value to only autopilot customers, not go help workies, jobber, but maybe
technically with your YouTube channel, you've been helping your competition this whole time.
But I talk about junk removal, not about the trade secrets that autopilot.
Well, no, not for autopilot. I'm talking about in junk removal world.
In junk removal, yes, I've absolutely been helping tons of people. So, and I believe in the whole karma thing, and I definitely believe in that. But in local services, man, I don't know. Maybe I just.
Andrew's out with the gas can blowing up everybody's dump trucks in the area.
But
okay. Hey, I'm not an a-hole. Okay, I'm not an a-hole.